Hi everyone, we are starting a new essay and it is one of my very favorites of the course. This is an argument essay that is going to require you to cite some sources in defense of a position on an issue that you're going to take, and your position has to be one upon which reasonable people disagree. So one of the most important things to do for this essay is to choose a topic. So I have some advice about what makes for good topics. The first is you want to choose something with which you have some direct personal experience. The reason being is because when you can speak from your own experience, it gives you a lot of credibility as an author. Now, you're going to need to use sources besides your own experience in the essay as well. But your own experience really does count in the eyes of your reader. It makes you seem credible, it makes you seem informed, it shows that you have a stake in the issue. So that's the first thing. Choose a topic with which you have some personal experience. The second thing, and I've already mentioned this, be sure that when you stake out your position, that it is a position upon which reasonable people disagree. You'd be surprised how often that I get essays that take positions that really no one's going to disagree with. For example, child abuse is wrong, or we should stop drunk driving. No one really is going to disagree with those things. Now, they might disagree with appropriate punishments, they might disagree with appropriate policing. There are all kinds of things that within those issues that people may disagree with, but you want to make sure you've spelled out your position in such a way that it is one upon which reasonable people can disagree. The next thing that I like to tell students is to be sure that you pick a topic first, but then within your topic, you take a specific position. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take the issue of gun control, let's say. Now, people should have the right to own guns is a position, but it's not a very specific position. The paper is only 3 pages long, and it is going to be a lot. The argument and the quality of the argument is going to be a lot better if you can get specific. So, for example, we have a ballot measure in California that you can review. I got my voter information in the mail yesterday. You can go to the California Secretary of State's website and read about this initiative. I'm trying to remember what proposition number it is. I can't remember it off the top of my head. If you wanted to take a specific position on that ballot measure, that would be great. So, like I said, try to make sure that you take a specific position. And we're going to be workshopping thesis statements together to try to make sure that your thesis is really going to work for this assignment. The final bit of advice that I always try to give my students is make sure that whatever position you take, you can find sources for it that will allow you to argue your position in an academic way. A lot of times, many of the opinions that we form for reasons that might be personal or that might be religious. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I happen to be a religious person, and of course, my religion informs a lot of aspects of my life. But here's the thing. In the academic world, there are sources that carry credibility, and there are ones that really don't so much in this context. I like to give my students this example. So let's say that you're at In-N-Out and you're eating a great big juicy double, yum. I'm a vegetarian now, but I know they taste good. I've had them before. You're eating it, and I run up to you and I say, no, stop, you can't eat that. And you're a reasonable person, so you'll say, geez, Leona, why? Is there an E. coli outbreak? Are you worried about the fact that, overconsumption of red meat has been shown to cause cancer? And I say, no. Hinduism, my husband's family is Hindu, teaches us that it's wrong to eat cows. They're sacred. Now, unless you are a Hindu, you're going to look at me and say, oh, okay, Leona, thanks, and then probably continue eating your hamburger. Quoting religious texts as authoritative in that way in the academy, college, university, it doesn't work because those aren't the kind of texts that we trade in. Now, if you want to explore, religion in an academic way. If you're in a religion class, your philosophy class, it could be appropriate to quote, say, the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita or the Quran or the religious text of your choice, but not to support an argument on a controversial issue. If you do that, I mean, my response is essentially going to be what yours might be, eating that double-double. Well, thank you very much for that, but this isn't a Sunday school class or Hebrew school or wherever it is that you study your faith of choice. So be very careful. Make sure that whatever topic and position that you choose, that you're choosing a position on which you can make an academic argument and find academic sources. So for this week's assignment, I'm actually going to have you look at a library database that has many good ideas for topics, many good ideas for positions, and then we're going to be vetting your positions and looking over your ideas to see if they're going to work for your paper. Okay, I think that's everything that I want to tell you in terms of content for the week. You'll have your weekly activities, of course, that need to get done. The other thing that I want to mention is that I'm probably going to start grading Essay 2 on Monday or Tuesday. I'll work through a few every day. Of course, I won't take longer than 2 weeks, barring some catastrophe. Good work so far, everybody in the course. This week marks the halfway point. Give yourselves a pat on the back. If you've made it this far, you can make it to the end. And if you are running into any trouble, because I know that life happens, please send me an email and I am happy to work with you. I want to make sure that you pass this class and that you move on to English 1A. Okay, everybody, great work. More later. Bye.